Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1998 ECE paper, and look at the circuit diagram given, and this question is related to digital circuits. For the TTL circuit shown in the figure, find the current flowing through the collector of Q4 transistor when V0 is equal to 0.2 volts. Assume that one VCE saturation is also 0.2 volts, beta is 100, VBE saturation is 0.7 volts, and the alpha of Q1 is in the inverse active mode is 0.01. Okay, so what it has given is nothing but Q1 is given in the inverse active mode. Q1 is in the inverse active mode. Inverse active mode. Inverse active mode is nothing but, if you are going to say this is base and it is collector of Q1 transistor and it is emitter of Q1 transistor. Every transistor we know that one there will be two junctions, one is JE emitter base junction, the other is collector base junction JC. So inverse active mode implies nothing but JE is reverse bias and JC is forward bias. Now there is no current flows through this reverse bias emitter base junction. Entire the current is going to be flowing through. Okay, the current flowing through only collector to base circuit, that is through this junction which is forward bias. So that makes Q4 transistor in the on condition, that makes Q3 is going to be into on condition. Okay, so this is totem pole configuration at the output side. At output side branch, this is going to be called as totem pole condition. Totem pole condition is totem pole output configuration is mainly used to ensure whenever Q3 is on, Q2 must be in the off condition. Okay, so it will ensure that one Q2 will be in the off condition whenever Q3 is on. You can ensure this one in this way. And it is general TTL circuit, that is nothing but standard TTL circuit. Standard TTL circuit is going to be called as saturation logic family. Saturation logic family is nothing but whenever the transistor, okay, let us assume whenever a transistor is going to be in on condition, at that time it will be in saturation region. Okay, whenever it is going to be in the off condition, if the transistor is in off, at that time it will be going into cutoff condition. So these are characteristics of saturated logic family. Saturated logic family implies nothing but during on condition the transistor enters into saturation, whereas there will be other logic family called as non-saturated logic family. In non-saturated logic family, during the on condition of transistor enters into active region, it won't enter into saturation region. Okay, so standard TTL is of saturated logic family, so that whenever it is in the on condition, at that time the transistor must be in saturation. So it will be in saturation, and this must be in saturation, and this must be in cutoff. Okay, now, okay, we can say perfectly that one Q2 will be in the cutoff condition, because if you want to get Q2 is going to be in the on condition, if you want to make Q2 on, let us assume Q2 is going to be in the on condition. By that time, how much is going to be the expected voltage over here? If you are able to supply that much voltage at that time, you can say that one Q2 will be in the on condition. If it is Q2 is on, at that time there will be a VBE drop across base to emitter of Q2. VBE saturation is given as 0.7. So what we are expecting is nothing but 0.7 volts over here. Okay, and next, this diode is also in the forward bias whenever Q2 is in the on condition. So again it is requires one more 0.7. Okay, whenever this Q1 is going to be off. Okay, so what you require is nothing but minimum 0.7 and 0.7, the voltage required to keep Q2 in on condition. Okay, so assume that one this is in the saturation mode. So if it is going to be even in Q3 on, if you want to say Q2 on, by that time this is Q3 VCE saturation, this voltage is nothing but 0.2 volts. So 0.7 plus 0.7 plus 0.2, so the voltage over here, if it is going to be equal to 1.6 volts, by that time we can say that one whenever Q3 is on, at that time Q2 is also in the on condition. Q2 is also in the on condition even though the Q3 is in on condition. But or what is the effective voltage what you are getting with this hardware circuit. Okay, so Q3 is on, so that you are going to be getting the voltage drop over here is nothing but 0.7, because VBE saturation is the voltage drop, that is 0.7 volts, and Q4 is in saturation, so that voltage across this one is nothing but 0.2 volts. Okay, so effectively what you are getting is nothing but 0.2 plus 0.7, that is nothing but only you are getting zero point 0.9 volts. Okay, you are getting 0.9 volts instead of 1.6. So this Q2 will be definitely in the off condition, it won't be in the on condition. To ensure that one, this diode is mainly used. If this diode is not used, at that time there may be a situation that one, the expected voltage and the actual voltage what you are giving is both are going to be 0.9 only. So the extra diode is going to be used to say that whenever one transistor is in the on condition, the other must be in the off. To ensure that one, the diode is used, and by using this diode, the noise margin of TTL is going to be increases. So the general value of TTL noise margin, standard value is nothing but 0.4 volts is the noise margin of TTL gates. Now what we are interested is nothing but we are interested in calculation of, we are interested in the calculation of collector current flowing through the transistor Q4. Okay, collector current flowing through transistor Q4. So now collector current flowing through the transistor is nothing but this one. This is what the collector current. So this current is going to be, we are interested in IC4 for example. IC4 is nothing but, assume that one collector current of Q4 transistor, and it has given that one V0 is equal to 0.2 volts, which is equal to VCE saturation, that is also equal to 0.2 volts. That says that one Q3 is in the on condition, and Q3 is in on condition is nothing but, definitely it specifies that one Q2 will be in the off condition. Okay, and this is on, and that implies nothing but Q4 is also in the on condition, Q4 is also in the on condition, and JC is going to be forward bias. The current is coming in this way, current is coming in this way, that makes the Q4 into on condition, and that provides the biasing current for this Q3 so that it enters into the saturation. Okay, so whenever Q2 is going to be off, at that time off transistor is nothing but current flowing through the base of the transistor is treated as 0, because there is no base drive, it is going to be off condition acting as open circuit. So base current of Q2 transistor is treated as 0. So the total current flowing through this 20 kilo ohms I is equal to, we can write it as current flowing through 20 kilo ohms is equal to IC4, collector current of Q4 plus base current of Q2. So this is 2, but base current of 2 is equal to 0 since it is Q2 is off. So that current flowing through 20 kilo ohms is nothing but collector current flowing through Q4 transistor. If you are able to calculate I 20 kilo ohms at that time, that is nothing but collector current flowing through Q4 transistor. So for that one you must need the voltage across this point, that is VC4 you must require. VC4 can be written as voltage from collector to emitter of Q4 transistor and voltage across this resistor, and this resistor voltage is going to be same as base to emitter voltage of Q3. So VC4 can be written as voltage at collector of Q4 transistor can be written as VCE saturation of fourth transistor plus VBE saturation of third transistor, that is Q3. So VCE saturation of Q4 and VBE saturation of Q3 are going to be combinedly added, and that is the effective voltage present at collector of Q4 transistor. So it was given that one VCE saturation is 0.2 volts, VBE saturation is nothing but 0.7. So total voltage at collector of Q4 is 0.9 volts. So now over this one you are getting the voltage as, the voltage at this point is, now voltage at this point is 0.9 volts, 0.9 volts, and voltage at this point is nothing but 5 volts. So voltage drop across 20 kilo ohms is nothing but 5 minus 0.9 volts, which is nothing but 4.1 volts is the voltage drop across that resistor. That can be written as, okay, the voltage drop across that resistor can be written as I20K, that is nothing but current flowing through 20 kilo ohm resistor into 20 kilo ohms, the resistor value. So from this one, I20K can be calculated as V20K divided by 20K. V20K is nothing but 4.1 divided by 20K, which is going to be equal to, okay, 205 milliamperes. It is around. So this is around 205 microamperes you will get. 205 microamperes you will get. The current flowing through the collector of Q4 transistor is around 205 microamperes. Okay, that implies nothing but 0.2 milliamperes. This is the current flowing through the transistor collector of transistor Q4. Thank you.